out the PCSS Connection Podcast this week. Boy, it has been a busy week for Putnam County Schools. We had our first snow day of the school year, and it just so happens that it was on Veterans Day. So instead of celebrating veterans on Veterans Day, we've been appreciating our men and women in the armed forces pretty much all week. Cookeville High did have its veterans program on Veterans Day, and someone who always has a big role in that program is with us. And joining us now is retired Colonel Nickey Philpot. And Colonel, first of all, let me say thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And, you know, we had all these programs scheduled on Veterans Day, and the one that still happened was the one at Cookeville High School, which you have been instrumental in for so many years. But I'll tell you, in looking at the pictures, it was different seeing you in a suit than in your normal Army dress.
I was in my veteran's uniform.
Yes. That was a little different. I bet it was different for you, too.
It was different. There was definitely a different feel to it. It kind of put you in a different role.
Yeah.
But it was just a wonderful program, and enjoyed every second of it.
Now, you were retired from the school system.
You've
been over the ROTC program for how many years?
I worked at Cookeville High School as the senior JROTC instructor for 18 years.
18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And now you are retired, and so this Veterans Day was a little different for you.
A little bit different. Even though, technically I've been a veteran since 2006.
Yeah.
That's when I actually retired from the active Army.
Yeah.
Teaching JROTC was kind of sort of like still being in the military.
Yeah.
But this year was different in that I could make none of those kinds of claims. I'm a real, true 100% veteran.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about your time in the Army. You spent 28 years in the military. Mm-hmm. What made you want to get into the military, obviously probably out of high school?
Yes. I've always felt a need in some capacity to serve. Certainly when I was in the we did not have JROTC or anything. I went to Putnam County Schools. I went to high school at the old Putnam County Senior High School before the name changed to Cookeville High School.
Right.
But we didn't have JROTC. Very patriotic group of folks, but not JROTC. So that idea of actually being in the military, I guess, didn't come together for me until I got to college.
Okay.
And I got exposed to the ROTC program by happenstance, and the idea just seemed like a better and better idea for me. And it just, I started out taking it as an elective course.
Okay.
And it became more and more serious as time went on. And within a year or so, I decided, I'd like to be a second lieutenant one of these days in the Army.
Yeah.
And it went along very well with my major. I was majoring in secondary education with the ambition of being an English teacher one of these days, a high school English teacher. And it seemed like the two of those things just married up real well together.
Yeah.
So the process was just in place, and things materialized for me. So it just worked out.
Yeah. Well, walk us through your military career after you joined the United States Army.
Yes, sir. I graduated from Tennessee Tech University in 1980. Mm-hmm. I received my degree in secondary education with a concentration in English. At the same time, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. I initially was a Signal Corps officer. I spent 5 years in the regular Army as a Signal Corps officer, tours in Germany, Fort Bliss, Texas, and Fort Gordon, Georgia during that time period. At the end of the 5 years, I elected to go off of active duty and go into the reserve components, and thought, I'm trained to be an English teacher. I'm going to teach English for a while. And I did that over in White County, Tennessee. I was a middle school English teacher. After about 4 years of doing that and getting my master's degree at Tennessee Tech, I was offered the opportunity to go back on active duty teaching senior level ROTC at the University of Tennessee, Martin. And that just seemed like a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
All the things that I've trained for,
Right.
been educated for, all those things coming together at one time.
Right.
So I decided to do that. By that time, I was a senior captain, and I made major during that time frame. After about 2.5 years of doing that, I was offered a chance to teach, I was offered a chance to go to the Washington, D.C. area and work for the National Guard Bureau in the operations area,
Oh, wow.
which was, I did that, and it was wonderful. Worked at the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And worked not only National Guard operations, but Army operations, and that was a heck of an opportunity.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to go to a year's worth of training after that with the United States Marine Corps, which was kind of a different experience for an Army guy. And then I came back and went out to California for a while as a military / National Guard liaison to the RAND Corporation out there.
Great.
And I did that, worked in Santa Monica, California for a while. Then I went back to the National Guard Bureau, and believe it or not, I wound up in military support to counter narcotics.
Wow.
I kind of ended my career working in that counter narcotics arena.
Okay.
Doing all kinds of different things in support of law enforcement, federal, state, and local law enforcement, but in that proverbial war on drugs scenario.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I wrapped things up and retired in 2006. Of course, I was in the Washington, D.C. area during the 9/11 experience.
Really.
So I was kind of up close to what was going on, the Pentagon bombing and those things that happened around that situation. Tragic events. So that could not help but shade everything that happened in my world after that 9/11 experience.
Yeah, right. And then here you are. You came back to Cookeville.
Yes, sir. In 2006, I retired from active duty and was offered a chance to teach JROTC. I actually taught my first year of year and a half of JROTC at Cumberland County High School in Crossville.
Okay.
And then situations just evolved, and I was offered a chance to come back to Cookeville, my old stomping grounds, to teach JROTC, and that was a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
And I felt like it would be a lot of fun and a great experience, and it was all of those things. So again, luck would have it, and things just worked my way, and I'm all the better for it.
Yeah. And then this past spring, wrapped up your tenure there. Always enjoy going to the ROTC program.
Yes, sir.
And you see the passing of the students that lead the ROTC and the Sabre Award, and just all the pageantry that goes along with that. And let me just say that what an outstanding job you have done all those years. All the people that have come through the JROTC program, and whether or not they went on to military careers, what they gained during that time, I mean, it's just it's been immeasurable. I mean, we have really seen some leaders come out of there, even if they don't continue on with a military career, but what they've learned has been a valuable experience in their life.
One of the most common misconceptions about JROTC is that, you're on a military track if you go in. No, it's not true at all.
True.
The vast majority of the students that take JROTC do not go into the military.
Right.
Probably 10% or so will ultimately wind up in the military, either through a commissioning program with additional college education and those kinds of things, or just enlisting outright after high school. But only about 10%. The others go off and do things really not at least directly related to the military, but the objective is they are good, solid American citizens that do great things for the community and great things for their family. And that's that's the true objective in JROTC. Plus, we work real hard to get them through that high school experience and go on to some better things.
Yeah. Now, did you grow up in a military family?
I did not. I had a brother that was drafted during the Vietnam era.
Okay.
That was really, I guess, my only, through observation, my only kind of direct exposure to the military.
Yeah.
But no, it was not a military family.
Wow. For me, I grew up in kind of a military family. My father fought in World War II. My uncle was a Marine. He fought in the Korean War. My oldest brother was commissioned to West Point. He stayed there a year, and then he dropped out, came back home. My other brother was in the Army, was at Fort Hood for several years. And my son, he joined the Navy, and he got out after his commission was up. But I wanted to go to the Naval Academy.
Wow.
I really wanted to go to the Naval Academy, but I didn't have the grades. I wasn't the best student in high school. I know that's a shock to a lot of people. But it's not easy to get into a service academy.
Absolutely not.
And our high school didn't have any kind of JROTC program, or things could have been different. I may have gone the JROTC route had we had something like that in Savannah and Hardin County High School. That's why I see these programs now that are so good and so valuable to the students. And like you said, they're not going to go on to the military, but they learn some valuable life skills during that time. When you look at the military today, what do you see as some of the big differences than when you were in the military, or are there any?
Certainly, the military is still the military.
Yeah.
There have been some changes, mostly along the lines of modernization kinds of changes. Cosmetically, the uniforms have changed.
Yeah.
But I think the essence of the military itself is still the essence of the military. And our young men and women are still absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
That's the American youth. People criticize the American youth quite a bit, actually. But when you get down to it, we have the best kids in the world. I'm convinced of it. And you know exactly what goes into the calculus for making that happen. I don't always understand. But our young men and women are absolutely the best. They have been the best, and they continue to be the best. And they do what we need them to do.
Yeah.
They step up, and I would argue that point with anyone. If I could go back just 1 second, though, sir, to a point you made about the military academies.
Yes.
There's some misconceptions about the military academies as well. I run into people thinking that, I'll just say, thinking they're not as demanding as they are.
Oh my goodness.
I'll tell anyone the quality of a military academy education is it's cream of the crop.
It's up here.
It's
absolutely up here.
It's the Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
It's at that level. It's at the same level as Harvard and Yale and those types of schools. So anyone that's thinking they might be interested in a military academy needs to understand that they've got to be top-notch students and athletes and citizens that participate in community activities.
Right. It's a big deal.
Top-notch students.
It
is a big deal.
It is the cream of the crop.
It's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
So I'm not discouraging anyone,
Right.
but I'm saying if you're looking at doing that kind of thing.
And you have to start your junior year, your sophomore, junior. You have to be thinking about these things.
Absolutely.
Throughout your high school career.
Absolutely.
Not wait till your senior year like I did. It's like, hey, can I get in the Naval Academy? And the counselor kind of laughed at me. He's like, yeah, no. You should have started thinking about this a long time ago. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, now, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also urge people to strongly consider the scholarship programs.
Yes.
Each of the military services offer scholarships to college, and they're wonderful. Again, good students are the individuals that will compete successfully for those scholarships. Maybe they don't have to be quite at the same academic level, but still good students. So if you're interested in an ROTC scholarship for any of the services, that's something that a person would need to check out, and you can certainly check online and get the details on those scholarships. The Army has wonderful programs, the military,
Yeah.
not just the Army, the military has wonderful programs for enlisted soldiers and airmen, sailors. You know, if you're a little bit undecided about which direction you want to go,
Yeah.
a young person ought to check that out.
They really should.
Because there's some excellent opportunities.
Yeah.
And well, there are opportunities that to some extent might not be available anywhere else to them.
Right. And let's just talk about, you know, there might be that misconception that if you go military, you're automatically going to go and fight in a war. You're automatically going to go fight combat. You know, you worked at the Pentagon. You know,
Yes, sir.
you fought the war on drugs. I mean, you did a lot of things domestic that, you know, you didn't have to go and fight overseas or do these things, because there's a lot of things that military personnel can do to help our situation here in the United States besides just go to war.
Yes, sir. When you join the military, enlisted officer or whatever capacity, you're volunteering to serve where the nation needs you.
Yes.
And the nation could need you in a wartime environment, or it could need you in more of a day-to-day kind of environment.
Yeah.
Here at home or overseas. And in fact, our missions are more varied now than they've ever been.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a whole, it's almost impossible for us to sit down in one discussion and talk about all the different kinds of things you could wind up doing in the military. So yes, there are a lot of different environments you can find yourself, and all kinds of different occupations that you can find yourself involved in. A lot of it's based on the individual's interest, and a lot of it's based on the individual's aptitudes.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge, varied array of opportunities. Certainly, it's not a cookie-cutter kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. And our discussion talked about at the very beginning about the program at Cookeville High School here in Putnam County. We really appreciate our veterans. There were 17 programs that were scheduled,
Oh, my goodness.
Veterans Day programs by our school, 16 of them in person, one of them online. And even though we had a snow day on Veterans Day, which kind of deterred some of those things, a lot of them were rescheduled, and we wrapped up having 15 veterans programs in our schools. And just as a retired Army veteran, as somebody who is a veteran, what does it mean to see our school system recognize our veterans the way it does?
Oh, it means everything. First of all, it reassures our community that schools in Putnam County have their heart in the right place, and they understand what's truly, really, truly important. You know, without our national security, without our domestic security, we don't have anything. That's what guarantees us the opportunity to educate our children and to build these wonderful communities that we all experience. So we know, as veterans, that the people that are in charge of our public school system in Putnam County understands this very basic thing, and it's reassuring, because I can tell you, and it's probably not a mystery or a surprise to many people at all, there are places in our country today that have gotten a little bit confused, in my opinion, on that simple fact.
Yeah.
But there's no confusion in Putnam County.
Right.
And that's, as a veteran, that's what it assures me of. And I also know that what I've done, what my comrades have done, is truly appreciated.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a pretty nice feeling as well.
Retired Colonel Nickey Philpot with us, and we certainly appreciate everything that you have done from a military perspective and also in Putnam County Schools. You know, here at the central office, we also wanted to recognize not only the PCS employees who have served and are currently serving in the military, but also their families this year. And we put together this video of their family members and those who are employed by Putnam County Schools.
It's wonderful.
And
It's wonderful.
we just we want to say thank you to our military for doing the things that they've done. So check out this video. it's so good to see the tributes to our employees and their families. You know, the Putnam County Schools really showed their pride as we hosted 15 veterans programs this week despite being out on Veterans Day. And as we wrap up the PCSS Connection this week, we want to take a look back at what an awesome week it's been of patriotism and appreciation for our veterans. God bless you, everyone.